Hey all, Heretic here, and we just got the latest batch of new cards that have been released. We want to jump right up and show you what they are. Now, we thought we might be getting all the dragons. What we got were a few dragons, a beast, and a demon. And we're not going to say more of that right now. Let's look at them first, then we'll talk about why I'm like, we don't know the dragons that are leaving. This was just announced, the cards that were coming in. Let's take a look at all of them. First, we have Emerald Proto-Drake, a tier 104. At the end of your turn, gain 1 attack. I mean, obviously, you're not going to be using a Drakari with this because it's tier 1. You're not going to have this on your board, hopefully, that long, unless you've gone really high rolly and this is still good. But, being said, it's interesting. I mean, turn 3, it's a 3-4. That's pretty good. I think the long-term value on this isn't bad. You're going to keep it for a little while. You're going to have what? It's going to get to like 7, 9 attack, maybe 10 before you get rid of this thing. The 4 health at that point won't be too useful, but still pretty good in the early game. So it's an interesting card. I like it for a tier 1. I still rather have economy, but I've seen worse. Then we have the tier 2 2/2 dragon, Bronze Sandspewer, Divine Shield. If you have 7 minions at the end of your turn, gain +2/+1. Yes, another at the end of turn effect. We have a little bit of stats being gained. I say a little because you have to have 7 minions to only gain 2/1. That's not a great return. Realistically, you're not filling your board till what? Turn 5 to 7, depending how aggressively you tier. I mean, that's gonna be a little tough. I don't think we're gonna see a whole lot of value out of this card. Yes, it is a Divine Shield and it is a 2/2. It's gonna be hard to fill the board to get the actual value out of this thing. We'll see, but I think we might see some adjustments to this. Next, we're going to jump over to our beast, the Mystic Sporebat. It is a tier 3 4/1 death rattle, get a random tavern spell. Well, as you've seen, tavern spells are pretty effective. There's some neat different spells just from what we've seen from tier 1 and 2. You can only imagine as we get to the higher tiers, they're going to get much more powerful, and getting a free one is not a bad thing. I'm going to assume it only gives you, death rattles of the minions of the levels you're allowed to get. So if you're tier 4, you're not going to be getting tier 5 and 6 spells typically. But still, that's awesome value. I like this card. This has some neat potential depending how good spells are. Next, we have the tier 4 4/3 dragon, Outback Smolderer. At the end of your turn, get a 2/1 smoldering with battle cry, give a dragon +5 attack. Well, once again, this is another end of turn card. Drakari will work with this really effectively, and if it's giving you a card, remember, you could triple this thing. If you get a Drakari, you're going to get a triple every 2 turns. If you get a golden Drakari, it's a triple every turn. Yeah, that's not going to be an easy thing to accomplish, but if you're running dragons and you happen to have this on your board, it's an easy way to get a triple every turn if you manage to pull it out, but we'll see. Usually dragon boards weren't running Drakaris, they were usually running Brands. Who knows now with all these end of turn effects. Next, we have the tier 4 3/6 demon, Bazaar Dealer. 1 tavern spell each turn costs health instead of gold to buy. I'm not sure how I feel about this. I mean, for the low ones, that's fantastic. For the high ones, that's painful. I'm assuming that we still have access to Soul Rewinder. Otherwise, ouchie. But if demons are still running Soul Rewinder and whatnot, not so bad. Then this is very doable. So this will be an interesting card to see how it plays out. Finally, we have tier 5 Ignition Specialist. This is a 2/2 dragon. At the end of your turn, get 2 random tavern spells. Well, I don't like the 2/2 stat line. That's kind of trash. But 2 spells a turn, and if they're as powerful as we suspect they are going to be, is going to be phenomenal. This will be a very powerful card. And once again, end of turn effect, Drakari. We're definitely leaning into maybe wanting a Drakari on our dragon board is going to be a big deal. Now, what I find odd about this is they haven't told us any tier 6 dragon. Our dragon's going to be the tribe that wants Caligos for scaling and spells for power. I could see that with the angle they're going. I'm not sure I still like making Caligos the only real true win condition, unless spells are consistently powerful enough to win you the game, getting a lot of them. Seems like they could at the high levels, but get all low to mid-range ones, you're not really going to get a whole lot of value. It'll be interesting to see how that plays out. There's got to be a tier 6 dragon. There's no way they just left them exactly like they are. But I mean, maybe they think spells are that strong that dragons won't need anything else. Tell me what you think. Are you excited about these changes? Do you think these cards look like the right direction to go? I haven't seen anything about a dragon coming out of the pool. I have only seen these ones being added so far. They haven't commented beyond that. But once they have a change, I'll let you know. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the Battlegrounds. Until then, have a good one. Later.